my thing to catch on. I come to you today, Dallas community. I'm putting in a lot of work, Dallas community. And God told me to put in this work because the mayor had done wrong in the city of Dallas. I was at the Galleria Mall and people terrorized me. People tried to take my ideas at Starbucks and everything. Raymond that worked at Walmart. I came with the ideas. Andrew, the governor of New York that stepped down. I came with the ideas to put the sick COVID people in the nursing home, but they needed to be taken care of. At New York, every senator in every state that was hearing me saying it and in. This situation that with Yellow Breezy in the community and Fort that have gone on too far. And I have asked the senators to step up and say something about it because racism and lies are teaming up on me. Governor Abbott do not want to step the mayors down and City Hall. God need everybody that was involved in this situation to take the mayor and City Hall and them down. God is asking for every senator and every governor that's seeing it and in. God needs you to speak up because our democracy is at hand. Joe Biden want to argue, Obama want to argue, and want with politics, where one person that got a little chance of disability is getting outcast. This is about personalities. This is about a lot of stuff. It's not fair of what's going on here in the city of Dallas and the state of Texas. Governor Abbott refused to do his job to tell a mayor to step down. And my life, I fear for my life because of corruption. I fear for my life because of racism. I feel for racism of the mayor and city hall and their members in the state of Texas. I'm afraid of my life because of abuse of power, of racism coming from a black man and city hall members. I've asked the president to step the mayor down. God have asked the president and city hall them to be stepped down. Y'all have been watching me for a long time, Obama, and I have filed another complaint. God needs you to do something about the mayor and city hall. I was at that Galleria Mall. Hotel fights was breaking out. Yellow Breezy, it's getting out of hand. And Governor Abbott talking about the American people. You're willing to put my life in danger for one line ass rapper community that's trying to be successful and selfish. That is not right. One line ass rapper communities. You willing to put my life in danger, Governor Abbott, for your line ass rapper community's behavior. And that is not fair. That is not right. Not to this to me, and that's to God's children. And everybody that's going on because you refuse to take care of the issue of the mayor and city hall misconduct. Let me tell you something. Y'all say, one of the senators said, I can still be on my disability. But if this is going to happen, I'm willing to sacrifice it. If you're going to allow this man and the city hall members them to stay in their spot, I will sacrifice everything. This is not right. And all Governor Abbott can do is sit up there. He deserved to be put down out of his spot and be charged and prosecuted. I have told the Justice Department this. Listen to the words that him and Taylor Tim say. We might drop the charges. Oh, some people don't believe in the system. Look at the behavior coming from this mayor. Look at the behavior coming from Dart. This type of behavior, leadership cannot be stand with. And he said he run this city, corruption. What example that the American people is showing? Dallas, every godchildren, if you let this man stay in his power, you have disrespected God and you have disrespected your flag. Everything that we do is going to be warned. Not the president, not Joe Biden, the mayor, state of Texas is going to be warned. Because the mayor wanted to say racist words. He wanted to do things. I have gave you every single thing to take this man down. Because you don't care about me because he got a higher, that is racist. Because you need that black racist ass man and them city hall men, that is not right. You care about their life more than God's children of justice? God said he want answers. He want answers. God said he want answers, and he want people to be held accountable in City Hall. He want people to be held accountable. Let me tell you something, American people. I found out about a business, the Texas Music Office, and I called discussing money about what I know about the business. Look at the calls. The mayor assistant ignored me and called the police about their tax dollars. Look at the calls. I was in the right direction. This behavior cannot go undone. $3,500 for each of my songs. Royalties. This man must be put down as City Hall member. Every white lady that sit beside the Mary A. Johnson. I've asked Andrew to speak up when he was telling me about leadership on CNN. This man wanted to stay in his power. Governor Abbott, this is bigger than that, Governor Abbott. Just don't think of your Texas flag. Think of American flag. When you walk out your door, Governor Abbott, think of the American flag. Think of all the people that we fought for. If you let this mayor and City Hall and their members get away. And I'm going to tell the Justice Department, if you let the mayor and City Hall and their members stand, you have disrespected the armies, the people that died for us to have freedom. You have disrespected every single thing, Governor Abbott. And I'm going to tell the Justice Department, if you let the City Hall members, they better burn our American flag. Because of the democracy of the mayor misconduct. Look at the mall. You got evidence when I was in the mall. You got evidence when the police then laughed and didn't want to come to them. Because they was after their tax dollars. This type of behavior and Yellow Breeze in them, you got all the things to take this man down. God said, if you don't listen, burn that flag. Because you're not standing by that American flag. Our troops would die for nothing for us to have freedom and justice to live the way we want to live and not tell lies. Or we are all equal. Something must be done. Look at the malls. Look at Tell It to Tim. Look at the DART behavior. I called about the DART. And the community turned on me. All of these things. The mayor must be stepped down, guys. This is not unexplainable. The mayor and City Hall members must be stepped down. And Governor Abbott willing to risk it all because he got a higher education. Oh, you saw I got a higher education. So I graduated high school and middle school. I got an education. You letting this man say racist things towards God's children. Listen to the words that came out this man's mouth. Not just my words. Listen to his words. This must not be tolerated. You willing to risk my life for this man? That's racist. My life don't matter to you. That is racist. Your city hall members life matter more than my life. That is not fair. Governor Abbott, you are wrong. You and Senator Ted and them are wrong. This man must be stepped down. And if you are not going to do the rest of the thing, I'm going to have every senator and Obama, God need them to step up if you ain't going to do the right thing. Because they was watching me. But they didn't see that dumbass mayor and city hall members. Something must be said here. And it is a racist thing. It's about education. But when something wrong has been done, the police laughed. I gave FBI looking at everything. They're going to be able to see things what the rap community was doing. But the mayor must step down. City hall member must be accountable for it. And I'm going to tell the Justice Department, we better wear this burn our flag. Because everything we stand for, a justice and liberty for all, is going down the drain. I don't expect y'all to understand me because y'all in different counties. Y'all in different counties. Pay attention to his words. That election was going right on in Addison and Caracat. I was staying right in that apartment. I called 911 asking about the cameras because of misconduct from him. Look at it. I stayed right in there where the election going on. The election was going on right in my community. Pay attention to the behavior of this one man and city hall members that's standing by side him. He's putting my life in danger. Governor Abbott do not want to do the right thing. I have just filed a civil rights complaint action against the state of Texas to ask every senator to step up from every state, sit in and in. Obama and everybody to speak up. I came up with that nursing home idea. Raymond laughed and said it was a stupid idea, but they could have took care of it different. The New York Andrew said he talked about leadership with me. He threw punchlines at me. Even though he lost his job, he still had leadership. Pay attention to what is going on here. We asking Governor Abbott to do his job. To fire the mayor and city hall and their members. Look at the calls. Tell them to expose the calls. Tell them to expose those calls. Tell them to expose those calls. Tell them that I'm going to tell the Justice Department to expose that fraud. To expose him and his city hall lies. My life don't matter to you when this mayor saw what Yellow Breeze and Trap Boy Freddie and them did. You did nothing. When names was being called, you did nothing. This mayor must not stand. City hall member must not stand. And that happened, our flag should be burnt because Governor Abbott don't want to do his job. Our troops would die for nothing. Martin Luther King and everybody that died for something. That is going down the drain. If you let a black man that got racist intent with another black man, because of a category. Look at what's going on here. Watch the videos. This man must not stay in his spot. I know you want to trust the mayor. He's hiding something, guys. This is not crazy or funny. If you go one of the senators, he said if you join a business, you will still be on your Social Security. These people must not stand. I'm asking CNN, Joe Biden and the rest of the Justice Department to expose those calls to the mayor assistant. They want to play with my life and act like his life is valued than mine. And that's not right, Governor Abbott. This man must not stand in his position. This man is not standing in, and he probably deleted the calls. This man must not stand in his position. God said we can forgive, but he cannot stay in his position. God said my words don't mean nothing when I'm trying to reach your Social Security. When your call center behavior of misconduct, the understanding of what we're fighting for when our government don't listen. This man must not stand, guys. City Hall member not must stand. I have to file a racial complaint on the White House again to get him to do his part. This man must not stand. Let me tell you something. God said y'all just won Texas. But when the numbers climb up against you and other senators go against you in other states and stand for liberty and justice, that can be much greater than your Texas democracy. Because the numbers of them understanding what wrong has been done. I'm asking y'all to pay attention to the events in the Galleria Mall. Tell the mayor to expose those camera feeds in the mall of me being in the mall. I'm going to ask the civil rights leader, the civilrightsjustice.com, to put on every CNN to put those videos in the mall on CNN and me communicating with people. And when I call the Dallas police, they decide not to answer. Stop lying to your community and everybody. And everybody want to talk about something. But what would you do to change the way you act in your business toward disability? I owe you nothing. The only person I owe an explanation to is God. I owe you nothing. The only explanation I owe the community, I owe you nothing when Walmart is being racist, when Kroger's are being racist, when these Texas been, I owe you nothing but God answers. I want this community to know I owe no answer to but God. I answer to God, not you. But let me tell them something, Dallas, Texas. God said you're on the wrong side. I want to tell the mayor something. You're on the wrong side. You know, listen to that thing when Miss Nancy Pelosi and Trump said, I got your cause. It's time to tell American people the truth. But Texas is the only state that's being racist, and the community can understand the bigger picture here. You know, you call me selfish, but you selfish with growth. You selfish with learning. You selfish with teaching. You are selfish. Don't call me selfish and you being a hypocrite. Yeah, Texas is a business place, but without guidance in your business and ego with managers, you're going to always have a problem. Because managers have the ego of saying stuff to employees they don't put to be said. And you're going to always have a problem in the business because you can't see both sides of the situation. I want you to pay attention to that election. The attention I brought at McDonald's, the attention I brought to they have got all of my accounts, and they've seen I've been talking to people from Mexico, all over the world about my ideas. When I came back from Texas, I started Atlanta. I started communicating with people and talking to people on different apps. At the Garland train, the communities, the kids in Garland, and telling them, but the street niggas didn't like that. And the mayor sat up there and watched. You just sworn to protect the damn thing when your racism is involved. You know how you won that election, Mayor? And I'm gonna tell you how you won that election. The community was intimidating me and terrorizing me, calling out my name. Your election was run off of racism, of a disability. But the community act like they don't care about your actions. Look at the Addison, when I gave him Addison and me. Minutes later from Addison was arguing and she was getting mad and telling me to stay out of it. Let's talk about it. Your leadership don't matter. People don't deserve to come to Dallas and any one of those things. But people want to attack me because of your wrongdoing. Because of your wrongdoing as a state of Texas and that city hall. Because I speak the truth about your behavior. Don't play with me when I'm willing to sacrifice it all. But one thing, I will not sacrifice family for your selfish, racist ass behavior. I'm willing to sacrifice it all, but I will not sacrifice family for your black racist ass mayor and city hall and them members. And I'm going to tell her just about God would not sacrifice for you. Everybody want to get mad, want to attack because you are not understand the fight that is greater. That's what's inside. That mayor won his election off of racism and also the thing off of personalities. The mayor must step down, guys. God say there's no other way. City hall members and everybody that sit behind them must step down. This God say we have to lead by example. And right now, God is watching you, and you're not leading by example, state of Texas. You're not leading by example, Governor Abbott. This man has to step down. I will not sacrifice me and my family because your racist ass behavior, Mayor Eric Johnson, and I'm going to tell us civil rights. Because of your racism and your only point of views of what you're trying to see. And what people elected you for, God won't allow you to do it. God won't allow you to sit there. You hear me? I want them to hear me, Dallas community. God wants you to hear. God won't allow you to sit there, Mayor, and city hall members, and every white, black person that's judging disability. I won't allow you to sit there. God said I would do anything in my power to break you. God said you're on the wrong side of justice, and I'm willing to prove it. But that don't matter because you're still willing to abuse your power. You're selfish. You're selfish with knowledge. You're selfish with growth. I went to Brookhaven. I take photography class 1 year. I don't know nothing. I'm asking everybody, hold up. You're selfish. But you know what? We taking back control. God said, we don't want to allow you to use this children for your selfish reason because you don't want to guide. You don't want to be leaders. I sat up in Hampton, Georgia, and I closed my eyes for a minute in Hampton, Georgia, when I was in Atlanta. I told God I wanted to build temples, sanctuaries. I wanted to build temples. God said, I want to build temples. I told God when I sat up there in those woods, I was saying to my God, sanctuaries, we can understand disability, for we can understand the group. God said, it might don't be more people like me, but 1,000 years, they would come. They would come. I sat up there with those woods and I closed my eyes. Even though the mosquito was out there and it was early in the evening, but I thought, and I started talking to God in my spirit. I didn't say it out loud. In those moments when I walked out that door at Hampton, Georgia, and I sat in those woods and I sat in that thing and I thought and I breathed in and out while I walked every day. I said, God, it gotta be a better way. Let's build temples. Let's build something that we know we can understand more. The New York governor, I know he stepped down. But let me tell you something. He still got a duty to do. God said he still got a duty to do. And God expect the New York Center to step up, that step down for sex assault. God said you have a duty to do. David Letterman, the rest of them have a duty to do. Obama, you have a duty to do, to talk about Yellow Breeze and them lying ass behavior. You rather argue than come together. You rather argue than come together. What if it was war? You'll come together then. I want to tell Dallas community. When I was at Addison at night, my friend Rick called me and I was going to his house. He said, there's a word for the police. Let me tell you, I know you was on my social media and Mirza talked about selling weed. I was a step ahead of you. Every time, man, when your Carrollton police was following me all the way from my house in the middle of the night to Carrollton, Texas, looking dumb. Dumb. And I surprised that dumbass didn't hear the call. That Carrollton police, 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock at night, his dumbass didn't hear a call. Or a house or something with his stupid ass behavior. God said, I have seen your spirit. I have looked your Carrollton police in the eyes when I was going to Marissa's house, and I have seen his eyes. We have had eye contact at 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock at night when his dumbass was doing dumb shit. God said, don't you lie to me when the spirit has been caught. God said, I'm more powerful than you, but you'll still abuse it. God understands people will do anything you say when you sit in that power, that mayor seat. They will arrest the innocent. You don't think when God walked this earth, you thought he killed somebody? And you arrested him anyway because of the power he had. The power he had. This man must not stay in his position. And we must understand this of the grounds. I don't have hatred, but our democracy is going to be ruined. If every governor, if Andrew had to step down, he had to step down. City Hall members have to step down. If Andrew, the New York governor, had to step down, the Mayor A. Johnson, that is not normal, man. You laugh because of my words, God, and I think he was laughing at it. When him and the City Hall members was coming, they was laughing. God said, that's not going to help you. Those words to get the Social Security, that's not going to help you, Mary A. Johnson. God know the words that I said. Joe Biden know the words that I said. But I was able to explain myself. Trump and everybody else know the words that I said. But those words were said for a higher purpose. I'm telling Obama to send Jay-Z and Beyonce on the road because God wants them to. And God said, when you find that call from Rockefeller and Def Jam, God said, I want you to expose it. When you find that network senator call when I talk, God said, I want you to expose it and let Dallas be made a fool out of. You have taken Yellow Breeze's side, and you was wrong. Let's expose those calls to the public. I ain't scared. What you scared of, Mayor Johnson? You scared to let those calls, let the community see? When I called, when I found out about the music industry, you scared? Let's hear the calls, Mayor. Tell your sister, Mayor, tell your assistant, let's hear the calls. But I should have never called you. That's the reason, right? I should have called the Texas Music Office, right? Where you get warranty 3,500 and the community want to be controlled and do all of these things, right? You know what God told me to tell you, man? I may have died, maybe be disability. But God told me to tell you I will be a man. I'm a big enough man than you ever is. God respect me more than he respect you. The heavens respect me than he respect you. I told the Justice Department, you don't understand what I fucking went through. Your money, you don't understand what I went through. I had to hide my personality and be intimidated in these business. I couldn't be myself because racism was looking at me. You don't understand nothing I've been through. With intimidation and racism looking me dead in my face. When you got 5 people on the left side, 5 people on the right, and I'm sitting on the other end, and that person, that white manager, Charles, sitting, and he's telling everybody what they're gonna be, but he's looking at me with racism. You don't understand that. You don't understand those things. Don't understand like you understand me. Don't talk about your tax dollars and you ain't willing to understand other people. You know what that Social Security worker said? And I told her, don't come here with your pride. You know what she said? But you know what? You are just like them. You are just like them. You are no different. God said you are no different. You government workers are no different from Walmart. You're no different from Texas businesses. You're no different from them. And I told Joe Biden what she said. And I'm going to say it again. You are just like those racist people. God said, you don't know my name. Don't speak it. We should have to take the God we trust off the dollar bill then. God said, don't mention my name. And you ain't for honesty. You ain't for loving us the way we need to be loved. Mary Johnson. God said, I will not sacrifice my family for your selfish, racist, politic behavior over personalities, over these things. But when I tell the Justice Department, 1,000 more people will rise like me. What you gonna do 1,000 years from now? You gonna stop everyone from growing? You gonna tell everyone they need to stay in their place? Let me tell you something. I want them to hear me. Little Diamond's sister, mom got a disability, Mirza Cabinet. And I remember conversating with his sister many times about Social Security. I remember communicating with other people on different apps about Social Security's behavior. New York, everybody. And God said, Texas and Atlanta are not the only problem where things need to change when your workers' behavior in the call center and at your local offices. Yes, I will. I told Yellow Breezy, when you go to court, if you want the lawyers to show you how they was talking about me, they will show you punchlines in the courtroom of CNN and in the news. If you want to talk about this, let's talk about it. They don't have to mention my name. If you, they will show you punchlines in the courtroom of CNN and them and the news anchors and that preacher in Atlanta on CNN and news. If you really want to start this and ride this wave, God said, if you really want to ride this wave, Yellow Breezy and y'all, I said, God said, we will show you something in that courtroom. And God said, you ain't going to like it. Because this is not about the names, it's about the subject, it's about the punchlines. So God said, you really want to take this. But let me tell you, God said, when the judge and the other people that's fighting for me show your lawyers videotape of CNN and them throwing punchlines at me, and the governor of New York, Ryan and Obama and them and the senators and them, what you gonna do when America run wild on you? Like Hulk Hogan said, what you gonna do? What you gonna do when America run wild on you? When the truth is exposed and you get caught for your bullshit and all the rest of Dallas bullshit, but I will not sacrifice for your selfish behavior. When I get on this thing, I'm going to tell the Justice Department. I talk to everybody on every social media. I remember me when I was with Sabina at one point talking about the Social Security issues. Y'all have a problem and y'all must deal with it. Everybody say I'm starting shit with everybody. But you willing to attack without getting all your facts together. And that's what's going on in this rap community, in this world. You willing to attack, but have your truth before you attack somebody. Have your information together. I want to tell, I will not sacrifice because I want growth. This ain't passion. This is something I refuse to let you limit my mindset with your selfish behavior and not want to teach. I refuse to let that happen. I gotta have a lights. Let me get that fixed. Time is wasted with this situation. I got it. Ought to do that. I feel more comfortable changing houses when it's time. I have proven myself time and time again. My name is Hubert. God said, as long as breath left in me, we gonna fight. My love for my children will never die. And I said, the next president that get in office of Joe Biden, God said, he a Baptist of Trump get in office. God said, I want you to put an American torch. American torch by the White House. And that American torch will stay lit at all times and all night. Because God never died. And we never died. Our love for this world, our love for each other never died. So that American torch, it will never die. God said for all of that, put that American torch on every government building. You know, I'm not really mad at Senator Taylor, but I'm mad at Demarius Johnson. He really pissed me the hell off in the system. You know what? Let's expose those calls. Let's tell your community to expose those assisted calls. You don't think we know about everything? I'm pushing a lot of buttons. No, Joe Biden said, Obama said you can't be scared to push buttons. You know what he told me, said that year before? I don't think I can remember it. I'm trying not to cuss. I'm trying not to do all that. I'm trying to be really respectful. I swear to God, from 1,000 years from now, you don't know my name. You were speaking in your sleep. You were speaking when you wake up. My name will be on your hearts. It's going to be imprinted on you. I feel like I'm being contained. I feel like I'm being contained with the love I have for this world. The love of growth, the love of understanding, the love of ambition, the love of just wanting more of things, not just materials. You talk about vibe. Me and this Mexican, it's sad that I had to be before I got in jail. We was really having a good time. Let me tell you, my name will ring bells bigger than bigger than anybody you ever felt. I wanted to tell Amelia something. I told Atlanta Social Security it was not going to get away. When that guy laughed and taunted me and hung up in my face and did all of that, I told him he was not going to get away. When that lady hung up at me at the local office when I called about the security guards and my worker, the lady I talked, the guy I talked to, the Mexican guy, abusing and neglecting me and treat me bad, and that security guard watch. And he told me to sue him. The guy from the local government, when the call center gave me his number, the call center gave me the number, and he told me to shut up. The person in California assistant a senator office. God said your behavior is all the same. By you hanging up in my face and telling me you can't help me, they want to take the time to California senator assistant, you told me everything I needed to know. God said, I watch my enemy's spirit and I record stuff because the people like to listen to the enemy that don't like to be knowledge. You know what God told me? He said, Hugo, when you get on your platform, you're going to have to stay busy. When you get on the grounds of understanding, you're going to have to stay busy. Only thing that matters is your wife and your family. And your close friend that's able to keep it real in the spirit. Yeah, 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 yeah. You make that piece. All right, you good. Every time I have other affairs to handle, I have other business to handle in London and Paris. You in my way, man. And I have other affairs to handle, other business to handle. And as long as this court situation, I can't make no moves that I want. You're in my way. Look, Dirk said, stay down and keep working. That means God is telling you what he said on the song. That means God is speaking through Lil Durk. Because we know was something much more we have to keep fighting. Even when I'm 80 or 90 years old, I will still fight. I can say I can make it past 100 years old and make it to 200 because I know my God. I can live to 200. I'm that damn confident that I can live to 200 years old. I'm that damn confident because my Lord, when I believe in God, I can last that long. Now, I said something, and I just told the Justice Department, I said something me and Walmart had the customers at 2996. We had conflict. I said those things. I admitted that about me being in a relationship before my baby mama. And we got into arguments with some of me and some of the customers about being with somebody that can't defend themselves. Into understand me talking to people in Chicago and talking to people in New York on Live Me and all the rest of these broadcasts. I understand those things that we talked about here. But what I'm trying to say, without growth, how can we be ambitious? Without teaching, how can we understand those things? I understand you. I'm gonna promise you this. And I'm gonna say this. I know this is inappropriate right now because the Dallas community is gonna get this. I'm gonna promise you this. And I'm gonna promise what my love is. I'm gonna be doing this in the heavens too when I'm with my wife. And I'm gonna tell you what my love is. I'm gonna tell you, this is what I love to do to my woman day, night, and evening. I love to kiss her on the cheeks 5 times. I like to kiss her on the lips 5 times. And I'm trying to keep it PG, but god damn it, I can't keep it PG any damn more. I like to kiss her on the cheeks 5 times. I like to kiss her on her lips 5 times. I like to kiss her on her breast 5 times. I like to kiss her on her stomach 5 times. I like to kiss her between her legs 5 times. I like to kiss. I want to do this every day. I want to do it in the heavens and on earth. I want to see you smile in the heavens when you're body in the heavens when you're from the body when I see you. That this is a mirror image. So I will see y'all later.